We're hours away from war. Part one. Welcome aboard. Well, Jeremy, last Monday we had a show talking about us going to war with Iran. We predicted that we would be at war with Iran either last Friday, which didn't happen, or this coming Friday. So, do you know the ongoing happenings with this?
No, I've had my head literally out in the middle of nowhere in a helmet for days and days.
Yeah, you've been mountain biking.
I have. We had mountain biking races.
All right. So here's what's going on with the possible war in the Middle East. All right. So just to show you where all this is at, this right here is the Mediterranean.
Yes.
This right here is the Persian Gulf.
Yes.
Right here is Israel. You have Saudi Arabia, and this is Iran, aka the problem in the region.
Is it Iran or Iran?
And Iran so far away,
I knew that was coming.
couldn't get away.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I do know a fun story. In the 90s, when we were having these kind of problems then, there was a lady who got in trouble because she had Iran on her personalized license plate. Turned out she ran like 10 marathons in a year or something like that. But yeah, she got in a lot of trouble because she had Iran on her license plate, and they actually revoked her license plate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So,
all right, just to show you, now that we know where they are. Oh, by the way, these dark red dots, those are U.S. controlled bases where we've been at least 15 years. So you could see in Kuwait, we have something like 2, 4, 5 bases. We have some in Qatar.
So now these might be bases owned by that country, and we just happen to be there helping manage it.
Either
or
that,
are they our air bases, or
maybe both.
Bases?
But those are ones where we've been operating out of for at least 15 years.
Okay.
The other ones, the orange ones, are other sites with with a U.S. presence. Now, notice Israel right here along the Mediterranean doesn't show anything, but if we need to land in Israel, there would not be a problem with us landing there.
I seem to remember from previous times that Israel, we have a reciprocity or whatever. We're allowed to come and go from Israel. All we have to do is just ask.
Well, here's the thing. We have really 2 allies. There's only 2 allies we have worth a damn. England and Israel.
Yep.
And with Israel, we have a lot of back and forth. Like we did the Patriot missile.
Yes.
That's the missile that knocks incoming missiles out of the sky. They took our technology and made the Arrow, which was an improved Patriot. They gave us that technology and we made the Patriot 2, which was better. We gave that back to Israel and they made the Arrow 2. Well, so we do a lot of back and forth with them.
People don't realize Israel's where a lot of our technology comes from. Texting that we do today came from Israel. The Intel chip that we know today came from Israel. Almost every architecture design from the Intel chip came from Israel.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
they've got a lot telephone came from Israel.
They've got a lot of really smart tech people there. Absolutely. All right. So I'm going to bring up another map just to kind of give you an idea.
Can I do one more thing?
Sure.
You can do it. Actually, here it's a little bit more noticeable.
Okay.
But I'd been staring at this map for a while.
Yes.
And until you said orange, I never saw that there was a color difference on the map.
Oh, okay.
Until you said the word orange, and I went, oh, there are orange ones. I don't know. My eyes just immediately saw all red.
Interesting.
And I'm sure that's some weird scientific fact we can play with later. But now I can't see not orange. But up until you said the word orange, I was like, oh, yeah, there are orange dots on there. Interesting. Kind of blue and black dress.
All right. We've got 2 aircraft carriers in the Middle East theater. And it's very rare. The Ford.
And the Lincoln.
Are
we bringing the Mercury?
We need a USS Mercury so we can actually have the Ford Lincoln Mercury aircraft carriers.
There you go. And then we could also have the Pontiac, GMC, and Chevy.
You just beat a dead horse. It was funny until you got there.
Okay. Hey, people, sometimes I do these just for me.
We do it just for us.
We do.
Now, here's the interesting thing. We have 11 aircraft carriers. 3 are out at any time. 3 are getting light maintenance. 3 are getting heavy maintenance. And 1, I can't remember what it is. But I heard today that, and this is very rare, they have now set it up where the George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier is either setting up to leave port or it has already left port. So we actually have 4 aircraft carriers moving into or in theaters right now, which is atypical. It is not typical at all. Now, the Ford aircraft carrier, that is the newest aircraft carrier. That is the most advanced ship in the world, and we've parked it right in the Mediterranean. Now, if we want to hit Iran, all we do is we fly through Israel, we go through Jordan or Saudi Arabia, right into Iran, and we come back. With the Lincoln, we just go straight up, boom, right there. So we could keep hitting them from different directions all the time. And keep in mind, it's not just the aircraft carrier. You have a whole task force.
Yeah. An aircraft carrier never moves on its own.
No, not at all. At least with our doctrine.
Because aircraft carriers don't really defend themselves well. I mean, they defend on their planes, but if we had this happen in World War II, I think, if I remember correctly. If they get to the aircraft carrier, we can't take off. And so, if I remember correctly, there's 12 different ships that travel with an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 13. Yeah,
it's a big number. It's a big number. People don't realize that.
Yeah, they have corvettes, they have destroyers for sure.
Yes.
They always they have a sub. Yeah. They always have one sub with them, and we've got a lot of subs.
We do.
And those
we actually don't officially know how many subs we have. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I'm sure the government knows exactly how many subs they have.
Oh, yeah,
but we don't officially know how many subs they have.
And we never say where those subs are.
No, in fact, I had a friend of mine, this was in the 90s, but a friend of mine was a radio control operator, and it wasn't until recent years that I found out that he was in the Baltic Ocean right off the Russian coast, like literally right off the Russian coast listening in. And he said he says, we were in there, and he said, we didn't even know until later that there were 2 more subs near us that were ours. And he said, we had 3 subs in the area. And he said, we didn't even know. He said, I was the radio control operator.
Wow. Well, yeah, we always have subs parked off of Russia. We always have them parked off of China. I don't have any intel that anyone else doesn't have, but yeah, we definitely do that. We definitely do that. And we're spying on them all the time.
Yeah. And they're spying on us too.
And they're spying on us, of course. All right. So there's a couple reasons why we're going to war with Iran. There's 6, actually, that I'm going to bring up. Number 1 is this long-standing dispute over nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Iran having nuclear weapons? Because I have a very strong opinion about it.
I think it's a really bad idea. I mean, to be fair, I'm one of those guys that's kind of like, I understand you have to protect each other. You have to do this, blah, blah, blah. But I don't love the idea of nuclear weapons. I think it's one of those things that you can't put the cat back in the bag. So, but I don't think they're stable enough to have them.
Oh, absolutely not. And in fact, they said that they want to use them. And their excuse that their enriched uranium is for civilian purposes is absolute nonsense, because civilian uranium is enriched to 5 or 6%.
Yeah.
They're at 60%. 60.
Yeah.
So there is no legitimate purpose for that except to make a dirty
reactions.
Well, you can make a dirty bomb.
Well, you can make any chain reaction bomb you want. Dirty bomb's the easiest.
Well, for a weapons grade uranium enrichment, it needs to be 90%. But apparently going from 60 to 90, that is not a big leap. Apparently that is actually an easy thing to do.
I'm sure it's way more complicated than this, but I'd say it's like distilling. You just run it through more processes over and over again, a little finer. You know, distilling, you run it through refinement or refractory.
Yeah, so they just keep going.
Like that, yeah.
But here's the thing, I agree with you. Iran is unstable. They're led by a radical theocratic government that believes everybody else should kowtow to them and their religion. And I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, they're going to shoot it on top of Israel. Yeah. Israel has never said that they have nukes. But a lot of the people that worked on the Manhattan Project after World War II,
Israeli,
they went to Israel.
Yeah.
They were nuclear scientists.
Yes.
What do you think they did for Israel?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So there are 9 known countries with
Wait a minute.
nukes.
Are you sure Israel doesn't have them?
Oh, Israel has them.
No. I mean, but publicly, because it seems to me
Publicly, they have never said that they have them. They have never said. But when they did, the story I've heard, and I haven't verified it because you just brought it up, was that there were people working at a bakery shop, but people would come out on a break from the bakery shop wearing lead aprons. You don't need lead aprons to make bread.
Probably not.
No.
But no, I know it's silly to say a Tom Clancy novel, but he based most of his on truth. And I do vaguely remember there was something in one of his novels about nuclear weapons, and one had gotten lost.
Oh, yeah, we've lost several nuclear weapons.
But it had to do with Israel, and I'd have to look back on it. But it seems to me like there was something in it got lost. And the theory was that it had gotten lost and kind of covered up, and turned out a farmer found it, and another radical faction got it from the farmer, and blah, 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 blah.
Well, here's the 5 big countries that have nukes. The U.S., Russia, China, France, and England. There are 3 other countries.
India
and Pakistan, who hate each other, and they have religious problems with one another. They're fighting over Kashmir.
Smart enough to not set off their nukes.
Let's hope not. And North Korea.
Does North Korea really have them?
Yeah, they have the technology. I think they actually tested one. I think they did.
I don't think they actually because I remember they said they did nuclear testing, but I thought it came back that the explosion wasn't big enough because it registers on seismographs.
Well, okay, North Korea conducted its first nuclear test in 2006. I kind of remember something in the back of my head, though, that people were saying, no, that was a TNT explosion. Normal weapons, they just piled up a bunch of it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this, and it does say on ChatGPT, which is not always correct, that they have done nuclear weapons testing.
Okay.
But whether they have or not, that's the 9.
Yeah.
If Iran gets a nuke, they're going to nuke Israel. Israel's going to nuke back. And then people will go nuts and everybody will want these nuclear weapons.
Well, really, it's Iraq. Looking at this map, it's Iraq, Jordan, or Saudi Arabia that are really going to suffer here. Not because, Israel or Iran is going to miss. It's because Israel probably has the technology to shoot their missile out of the air.
Correct. Israel does have that kind of technology. The other thing is when a nuke goes off, it doesn't just stay in the area. You have wind drifting the radiation.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Winter.
That's what happened with Chernobyl. The radiation from Chernobyl, I think it took 14 days or 21 days, and we actually could register it in California and Alaska.
Well, Fukushima, and that wasn't even a big. I mean, that was
a minor radiation
it wasn't weapons
leak.
grade.
No,
and it affected the milk in the cows. I remember this. It affected. You could measure it on the cows on the West Coast within like a week or something like that. You could register it in the milk.
Yeah, absolutely. So all that radiation is going to drift over Jordan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. So that is going to be a problem.
Yep. Now, to be fair, unless it explodes in a proper thermal nuclear chain reaction explosion, there we go, I got it right. It just turns into that dirty bomb where it just spreads nuclear stuff around, and as long as it's not in too big a quantity and that, it's fine. But so that's the beauty of if they do blow it up in the air, it won't go critical. It won't do what it needs to. There's actually a very specific way. I think somebody once said there's 1,000 ways for a nuclear bomb to not work, and there's only one for it to work. So, or something like 10,000 ways. Or I don't remember where I read that quote, but it's like, yeah, you've got to get everything perfect for a nuclear bomb to go off correctly.
Well, you were saying there's 10,000 ways to not do something, but there's one way you can do something to help teachers. You can do something to help teachers and train stations out. Reach down below, hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. By the way, we gained 8 or 9 subscribers last week alone.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. I want to beat that this week. So if you're listening, it doesn't cost you anything. Reach down and subscribe. And that's part 1.
Okay. And with that, we'll see you at the next stop, which is apparently part 2.